guys, hopefully you can hear me and you can see me. Welcome everyone, good to see you all here again. Firstly, can you let me know what the volumes are like? As I said, I haven't streamed for a little while. Just want to make sure that everything is at a decent level. So firstly guys, let me know how loud the mic is and if the audio is too loud or too quiet. And then we'll get on with it. Hi Mark. And Frano, are you going to do a Formula 1 Grand Prix special? That I will be. But it's going to be a little bit further down the line. I want to actually build the majority of Monaco before we start doing that. But as you can see, pretty much the course itself is already done. It's going to be very laggy as well, guys, with all this going on. It's not normally this bad. Let me move this around. So we've got most of the actual track down. I'm not sure what else is lacking. Because we have the hairpin there, all goes underneath the tunnel section. So I think, in terms of the actual track itself, everything is now down and it's here. Hi Manavi, thank you. Thank you. Is the mic okay, guys? None of you's mentioned anything, so I assume everything's okay. So if you've been following the series already, you would have seen all of this that we've already built. Started off with the well, the main section actually. The harbour was the first part we started work on, which is quite fun to do. Some amazing assets were created for this. Mick Crosswell done quite a lot of the, well, pretty much all of the pier stuff. We're slowly trying to build up Monaco now, which is the plan. And recently, which will be the next episode, is going to be working on this area here. This area here is the Casino Square. And what I've done since the last video is added in these shops. So we now have some fancy shops underneath the hotel as it is in real life, which look really nice. I like the way these have worked out at the end. We used the same technique as we've done before to accommodate the two-tier scenario, so to speak. So this here isn't actually going to be able to have people walking along. Hey Skibbeth, nice to see you, my son. Thank you for joining us. Skibbeth, everyone, I'm sure you're all fully aware of him. If you're not already, check him out. He is an amazing City Skylines builder and creator. But yeah, so we use the Monaco walls around here, plopped in the shops, which are functional as well, mind you. They are functional. We need more sport car mods for Monaco. Yeah, Mark, we have got... there is actually a lot of sports cars on the workshop, which I have added. The only thing I need to do is check the try level of them, because some of them are quite high in terms of the tries that they have, which means it's going to lag the game down even more, which is not good, especially when you're building in the limitations such as this. Hi Dawicked, and not done yet. Nice to see you here. Okay, so Harry's place looks amazing, and the 1 frames per second thing will almost. Well, that's it. I mean, if you were to watch anyone who highly details, Skibbeth will answer because he's in the stream at the moment. Anyone who is detailing any part of City Skylines in terms of their builds, all encounter the 1 frame per second malarkey. So it's something that we detailers just get used to. And there's a few things to getting around it. Obviously you can have yourself a good PC and some decent RAM, but there's always going to be limitations in the game. The game itself is always going to have trouble running at certain frames when you're detailing and putting so much stuff down. But if you switch off for traffic for starters, stop the gameplay, that obviously helps as well. But I might actually have to install or put I think there's a mod to show you the frames you get. It'd be interesting to see what frames per second I'm actually getting. But you'll notice as well the way that when I move this around, it does look like it's lagging, but it's actually this mod down here, the speed multiplier, which I just find easier for recording. It allows you to do better cinematics, and also it's just nicer, it's easier to move in and out. I kind of like the whole movement side of things, so yeah, not too bad at all. Skibbers has moved he's moved over to YouTube. Yeah, I thought I'd try and stream on both platforms, Skibbeth, because what's happening here? Just because I can. I thought I'd try it out on both, because I've got a few followers that have been following me since doing Twitch, but obviously a lot of people know me from YouTube, so everyone has their preference. So I thought I'd do both. Hey WJ Coopman, welcome to the stream. So this was the difficult part, obviously getting these layers to combined, and obviously one of the downsides about Monaco is there is so many different terrains that this here is actually meant to be a slope, but it was far too sharp. So I just put the steps in here just to make it look a little bit more interesting, and actually it looks better now that I've done that. I have to use Restream too. Yeah, it's really good, Skibbeth. I mean, when I used to stream to both separately, it was really poor in terms of quality, but Restream seems to do it really well. I'm not sure how good the quality of the stream looks, but last time I done it, everyone was saying it was pretty good, so it's definitely less intensive on your CPU, which obviously we are very keen to hear. Okay, so I've stupidly left the really difficult part of this build to now. So we'll see how we get on here. Hi Cuboid, welcome to the stream. And also guys, if you're not following me on Twitter, I did do a little post earlier today which seems to be getting quite a lot of responses. Basically, we all know there's a lot of different City Skylines builders out there. Not all of them do YouTube, not all of them stream. And I basically just put out a little tweet for everyone to sort of post their favourite screenshot of their own build. So if you haven't done so already, jump onto the Twitter and yeah, go on there, post your favourite screenshot of your recent builds and let everyone look at it. It's a good way to sort of share the love of this amazing game. Okay, so I'm going to try. Just bring up the Google Earth, so I've got to try and recall what we're doing here. So I know there is a car park here, so I'm going to have to somehow create a floating car park of some description here. It's going really laggy for some reason. Alright, so I might have to close some of these windows down. Well, if anything happens on the stream, guys, let me know, because I've closed all of my my video windows, so I can't see what's actually going on in the stream now. Never mind. Okay. So we have a platform here, which is just pathway, so we can put that in, and the easiest way to do that would be to use, not that, join the Cool Club. Yep, this is definitely the Cool Club for a Wednesday night. You have to excuse me as well, guys. I've got a bit of the end of a cold, so I may sound a little bit bunged up. So I probably will have to use the proper little asphalt as well around this section here, but just to give us an idea on the sizes, we can come back to tie those up later. So pathway, and then there is a tier here, is it? I need to try and work out the levels here. Let's go and put down, let's grab one of the ploppable asphalts. Actually no, is it the pavements, I think? The No T-Shirts Club. To be fair, I'm actually wearing a vest right now, Skibbiff, so you're technically on the right track there with the No T-Shirt Club. Alright, so let's just plop one down here for now. Very sexy. I won't go that far. Extra filters for Move It, yes. I did add that. So we'll have to see. So I need to try and work out this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to replicate it perfectly, but what we're going to do here, we're going to add a bit of a car park. This is basically to act as the curve around it. It'd be good if someone remade extra filters. Yeah, that would be cool. Just the road here, and then there's some buildings. So I need to put some buildings in this section, which is going to be difficult. So I'm going to probably have to move this in a bit. And I did pick out some buildings here, but I'm not sure. I may have to use procedural objects to hide them in. We'll have to have a look. So let's just try. Slow this down. So we almost want to just hide them in here. I think we might be able to get away with those. Do something. Can we hide? Maybe not. So basically what happens is this is kind of built into the it's not really the cliff, I guess. It's been pulled away, but there is another tier above it here which has a little car parking in it. I'm not sure whether we really want to have this though. I suppose what we can do, we can use this as the platform to eventually have people walking along it. So this is more of a pathway. Let's see what else we've got around here. Have you changed the description of the alignment retention mod because I could swear it used to be Control A to line stuff. Auto. It's always been auto, okay. Now I did see a road earlier. Was it a path? Maybe a pavement actually. What was it? I definitely saw something that had a smaller. What was this? Pavement road. Need to wash my face again. Right. So I'm trying to think of the best buildings to put into this gap. There is in this section around here. I think it's probably around where that junction is. It's somewhere sort of here. A building overlaps this part of the tunnel. If it's too low, cheers Skip, let me know. As I said, I did ask people earlier, but no one said anything, so let me see. Is that better now, Skip? I did ask in the chat earlier about that, but no one replied, so I thought everything is okay, but hopefully now that is better. Alright, so what I'm going to do is try and put a row of these around. Perfect. Okay, excellent. Cheers, Maya. I'm hoping I can change the colour of these. I want them all to stay white if possible. Thanks guys, appreciate that. So the top of this will end up being hidden as well. Cuboid, I hope you're joking. If the music needs to go up, I'll put the music up as well. Unless you're fiddling around. Okay, so love this mod. So we can make these all white. I think this song is actually a quieter song than the rest. That's probably why it seems a little bit different. Okay, so we can do that. So the car park, I think, if we think about it, so we've got this level here. So I'm just looking at the Google Maps to try and replicate this to the best we possibly can. I think actually these should be a bit further over. Okay, cheers Cuboid. Yeah, I think this is just a quieter song. But I can turn it up a tiny bit for you. Let's do that. It's all about your sexy voice. I'm not sure about that. Can you show the casino area, please? Yeah, sure. Let me just move this across before I forget, because I think this should actually be about here. So we'll join that one up there as well. Try and make them all the same height as well. So we'll line it to, oh, wrong button. Like that. I love the cobbling mod. Gives me some extra problems. I have some strange shadow flickering, which I'm not sure which is the mod of interfering. Okay, dear. I've not seen that myself. Mine seems to be okay. It's a bit of a strange one that is though, Skib. Okay, Mark, let's jump over to the casino. So from the back side of the casino, obviously all of these three buildings, the casino, the hotel and the Café de Paris was all done by Mac Welshman, and my word, are they good. Look at these. These are some of the best, in my opinion, items on the workshop in terms of detail. I know it's obviously biased because I asked him to make it, blah, blah, blah. It's for my series. But the quality in these is just ridiculous. Just look at that. The detail levels are unbelievable. And in a way, that's kind of troubled me as well, because I've really had to push my ability to play the game and make it look as good as what his models did. So it's really pushed me to design and detail a lot better than perhaps I did probably a year ago. But yeah, this casino area has always been the dream to make for me when I started this series. I mean, there's so much going on. Eventually, once everything once everything comes together and there's a bit more traffic around here, obviously a lot of people will be walking around in these areas. But for now, you know, there's not as many people walking around because there's no traffic on the roads. There's no actual buildings around here. But yeah, the actual casino itself is just ridiculously nice. And the famous roundabout where the Formula 1 goes round as well. Particularly like these as well, the way that the cars are parked against the roundabout, and they are actually they're not props either. These are actually proper car parking spaces. And I remember, Skib, you done a really cool episode as well. I think it was on one of your one-off builds where you done a roundabout with the cars parked like this, which looked really cool. Hi Antonio, welcome to the stream. So yeah, the casino roundabout. Don't know why I keep saying casino. And yeah, the cafe as well over here with the garden area as well. Really, really nice. And the last part of this section is obviously the hotel, which is what we're working on now. So again, beautifully designed by Mac Welshman. And it's the detail in here. I mean, you can actually see inside the window here, and he's even put the chairs in behind the glass. I mean, not many builders and creators go to this extreme when they're building something, and he really did do well there. There are some nice sports cars parked there, isn't there? I need to do some bits here. This is obviously the downside to Monaco because it's all on a massive slope. We need to put some paths down here to kind of bend and flow the area a bit more. Skib, if you are a roundabout lover, that's us Europeans, isn't it? We have more roundabouts than anyone. Funkenstein, good to see Monaco again, Pugs. Welcome back. Thank you, my friend. Monaco is back. It was always back. It was just me, in terms of my ability to record and stream, etc., was pretty much non-existent the last few months. Moved house, busy at work. A lot of things have come into play, so now I've got a bit of time. And if you saw my screenshot on Twitter, we've done the underground shopping centre. Well, it's not shopping centre, underground shops. These are all the swanky ones, all the Pradas, you know, all the posh shops that are just located underneath the hotel area. And now we're trying to be fancy and create a floating car park for this section here. Which is the fun part. Problem is, people don't know how to drive in a roundabout. That is true, Harry. A lot of people do not understand how a roundabout works, both in the actual UK, for example. But roundabouts, I've been used to them. I think they're more effective than intersections, etc. But then again, I've been brought up in the UK with that being the only choice, really. And actually, the first ever roundabout is located very close to me. It's one of those town milestones that they throw out there saying that they had the first ever roundabout in the UK, and it's actually very close to where I live, which is interesting. Antonio, welcome back. Welcome to the club, Pug. Haven't been able to do any City Skylines for 2 months. Oh man, how come? Is that just been busy, or have you had some issues? I really wish I had more time to play this game and really throw out episodes week after week, but the challenge of Monaco is far beyond me at the moment. It takes a lot of time to do an episode, and that's not just building it. Antonio, it's actually funny you say that, because now I've moved in, there is a lot of space on the wall, and I have still got your copy. I haven't actually had a creation done yet. I need to find a decent company that can do that on a canvas for me, because I've used some in the past and they've been really rubbish in terms of their quality. So I need to find a good one, and then I'm going to do that for the painting you done for me, put it on the wall. So when that's done, I'll take a picture and I'll show you where I placed it. Okay, Skib, thank you for joining us. Have fun and make Monaco sexy. I'm trying my best. Catch you later, man. Have a good night. Busy with life, and especially when I went to baby that won't sleep much. Well, they tend to have that sort of an issue, don't they, babies? Does anyone have a meme of the magic roundabout? A meme? As in the magic roundabout, and as in the children's programme? Or do you mean the magic roundabout that they call the one in Swindon? I was in Monaco recently, and the casino area looks exactly the same. Oh, Mark, that's very kind of you to say. I mean, you know, I'm copying it, so to speak, but it wouldn't have been anywhere near as good as this if it wasn't for Mac Welshman, who was able to create these buildings for me, and I only asked him to do this first building, and well, I think I would kind of persuade him to do the whole thing in the end, and my word, it was truly gratefully received. Anyway guys, let me know what you're building at the moment. Are you working on a particular build, a particular type? Whereabouts in the world is it based? Let me know what you're currently up to. It's always good to hear. And if you've got any screenshots, I think you can place them in here, possibly. Now I did get a notification, but I've just missed it. I haven't. Jack Will, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Alright. So let's try and get some of this done, shall we? Oh, I know what you mean, Frankenstein. Hi, Raki. Right, so we need to think of how the best way to achieve this is. Hi, Charles. Glad to see you back. I'm glad to be back. Thank you for popping along. I'm starting a new map, Greek again. I thought wasn't you already doing one? Not done yet. But not island this time, but mountain one. Ah, okay. Because I really did like some of those screenshots you showed off on Twitter of the Greek maps. I remember seeing it a while back as well when you first started it. Really, really cool. I'm working on some kind of region with a German names, but a French and general European housing. Okay, that's cool. I do like the European builds, probably because I can relate to them better than the other area, I guess. And this might be a slow episode, guys, because I'm trying to work out how this is all going to come together. Because there is a car park area here. I think that one's going to be too big. Hit the prop limit. Okay, that's annoying. See, that's why you need to start using some of the procedure objects, because they don't count towards the prop limit. And you can do procedure objects with pretty much any item. I think now there's only a few fences, etc., that don't actually work. Right, so we've got these buildings here. There's actually a car park on top of here, I think. WJ Koopman. I'm working on two things. Heemstede, of course, my Central European build, and I started a Dutch build. Okay, I haven't seen a Dutch build for a while, actually. I always remember Silv, is it? I forget how to pronounce his name. He obviously done that really good Dutch project about 2 years back, when obviously him and Corrales were doing a lot of videos. Silv, sorry, not Sift. Working on a mid-70s style US city of old buildings. I call it Bel Air after the 1959 car, but problems with traffic, 70k pop, and it's like from China. Yeah, I think traffic can be an issue. For me, it's not an issue because I can't get enough of it at the moment. Silver, that's it. I do know him, it's just, what's that? Yeah, his name just slipped my mind, but he is a very good builder. Right, so one tier here. I think what I might do, actually, I'm not sure about this, so we'll get rid of that for now. Are those shops up there going to be coming to the workshop? Static Fox, they will be. They will be, but not yet. Once the video's issued out, once the next episode is out, it will be released on that same day or very close after. Been speaking with the asset creator to work out the best way to manage that. But yes, they will be eventually on the workshop. But then, well, let me just show you one actually, because they're not. They're buildings that are meant to be put inside somewhere. And what I mean by that is, if you have a look, they do have sides, but on the back there's no back to it. So you have the two sides there, obviously the front as well, but you need to put it into something, as opposed to, you can't just have it out in the open because there's no back. You could obviously put a back on there with a wall of some description, but they're ideally built to be used just for a face filler, I guess, in that sense, which is what I was planning to use it for and have used it for in Monaco. Right, okay. So what I want to do first, let's grab a bit of that. Yeah, that's the thing as well, Static. There's not really many shops around like that. Everything is already sort of pre-built. And to be fair, a lot of the shops, which are mostly default ones within the game, are pretty ugly. These in particular, there's only a few really nice luxury-based shops around, and I really like these ones. They work really well. Right, let's see if we can. Just want to fill this out a little bit to try and get a bit of a curve going. It's just an easier way this is to bring the terrain out. So this is where the two tiers are. So we have this tier here. Just got to try and think of the best way to do this. So we've got a walkway here, and then there's a little drop down here, which is where there is the car parks along these buildings, basically. Lord Grundy has some nice shops so you can move into other buildings. Okay, I might already have those, I'm not sure. Have I got any? Let's see. Oh yeah, I think do you mean these ones? I did see some of these before. If you're on about the French shops, they are pretty cool. Obviously I got them because they suit this area as well, being French based. But we do need some more of those ones, especially for the detailers. There's also a restaurant and some kind of bar next to the car park on the same level to that car park. Yes, there is, yeah. See, this is a difficult thing, Mark. When you're playing the game, there's problems and problems because you can't do everything exactly how you want to, and I'm not sure if that's going to be achievable to have it all exactly the same, because we've got this road here, these are the buildings here, there's a car park, so there's car parks technically on top of these buildings here, aren't they? So I'm not sure if this will work. I think this might mess up the terrain, but let's have a look. Yeah, I know those corners are a bloody pain, aren't they? I'm going to see if we can fix it by using the pug trick. It's when the two areas battle with each other that causes issues, and we might be able to get away with it. Let's bring it down there. Sheik, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. See, I'm not sure it's going to work. We could possibly get away with it on this level here. See, it is almost achievable. And then we use the road we just put down to add the curves, but then that's the natural drop between the two. So you just got to play with it until it kind of does what you want it to do. car park comes to about here, I think. So you've got a bit of a pain with this bit here. We could, if we can pull this over a little bit more to about here. It's gonna have to go to here though, isn't it? See, that's the annoying thing though, it's gonna start taking away some of these bits, which then means we're gonna have to do the same again to try and hide those bits. Or can we raise them up? No. See, I'm not gonna make this car park an actual working car park, because that's just gonna be far too difficult. Mateus, I love this Monaco city building in City Skylines, my favourite so far. Thank you. Will this city be on the workshop once it's done? It could be, Kat. The downside to it is, I mean, it's going to be so, you're going to need a big, powerful computer to run it. It's not going to be very playable after. Because it's probably going to run at about 1 frame per second. But if enough people want it and I can get it on the workshop, I will put it on there, because I know a lot of you do want to just have a look around when it is potentially finished. So that is possible. We can certainly look into that. God, I'm a total Twitter noob, but I think I got it sent. Hi, Grapple. No worries. I'll have a look at that after the stream. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if we can clear this overfill here. Is it going to work though? I swear I did see something else earlier. Was it in pavements? There's like a small pavement road, like about about 2/3 the size. Was it one of these? I know some of these you can't raise up though. Let me have a look. Can we raise this up? No, it wasn't that one. Curcio BG Gaming. Hi, welcome to the stream. Oh, where was it? I swear I saw something. Wasn't that? That's 2. Oh, maybe it's this. Is that that's the same size though? Pavement Road, was it this one? I'm not sure now. I was just trying to find something a little bit. See, this one goes down. Let's try this one anyway. See if it does do anything. Because we could just turn it to an invisible road after. All I want to do is just clear this section here so it doesn't go over the building. See what happens. So we move this all the way down. It's got to be kept. That's the only annoying thing that's going to take away, I think. It's not too bad. See, if you play around with this, you can almost get the terrain to do what you want to do, because this is all going to be covered up anyway. We might even be able to move this out a little bit. Oh man, where did the Let's Build go? I really wanted to see you manage a massive task of building Monaco. Glad you're back. Thanks, Novel Pond. Yeah, Monaco is back. Got a bit more time in my hands now, so I should hopefully be able to get a few more videos out. But it's not dead, as you can see. It's still here. It just takes a little bit of time to get the videos together and obviously build it to start with. So I think that's probably the best we're going to get here with this 2-tiered terrain bit here. We're going to have to squeeze in a car park on this section. Can we bring this out anymore? That's the thing. It starts getting those black lines Can you show the city, Jonas? I can do, yep. Give us 1 second. Let me just try and fix something with this. The Monaco project is alive. It is. It never died. It was just taking a bit of a nap. Okay, so Jonas would like a look of the city. So obviously excuse the frame rate. It's going to be terrible, but we'll hover over some of the main areas. So we've only obviously started detailing the main section here of Monaco, starting around the harbour. So all these harbour sections here, pretty much all the boats were created by, I forgot his name now. Created by Mick Crosshill, that's the one. Don't know why I'm forgetting the names today. So Mick Crosshill done the pier, which is identical to the real thing. Thanks, Funkenstein. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your building. So yeah, we've got the main pier section here. This is the more industrial section of Monaco here, which is where obviously some of the boats are parts of, etc. So as you can see, all the buildings around here are actually lifelike in terms of they are exactly the same as you'd see it in real life. Got the little fort here as well, which is just beautiful. You can see all the different tiers. You can see here that this building here, for example, is higher up this end than it is this end. So that was obviously very difficult to build into. And then all the detailing and filling in these sections was super fun, but very time consuming. Taking a nap like Chelsea did this past weekend. That is very true. So that was the first section there. Then we moved on to the little restaurants underneath the floor. This is obviously part of the Formula 1 track as well, this section here. We've got the famous swimming pool section here as well. But it just really comes to life, and I can't wait to build around it. That is true, Frankenstein. Yeah, I have got Skibber's wife with me. Not with me, but in the stream. I'm glad it brings back memories, Grapple. So far, it is pretty much like for like in terms of what you see here. I mean, obviously some of the buildings aren't exactly the same, but in terms of the layout, this section here, the road layout is exactly as it is in real life. Obviously some of the buildings aren't quite the same, but that is what it is with this game. Then we moved on to this section here, and this is probably one of the best areas now. I really do love this. First of all, we got the beautiful section here of the apartments here. I love how these come together. Took a long time. Each one of these are individual as well, so every single one had to be placed by hand and get all the contouring correct before it actually fitted together. But look at this view, man. Forget this section, this is what we're working on, but look at this. I mean, these buildings, they're just absolutely amazing. They just look so nice. And obviously the famous hairpin here as well for the Monaco Grand Prix. Love that. Managed to get the curves pretty much spot on. Got some of the tunnels as well, and obviously the tunnel system I'm going to try eventually link up. But we'll see how that goes. And obviously then the casino square. When am I going to work on the old town? Do you mean the section up here? Obviously this isn't built yet. This is all my buildings that are ready to be placed down. But do you mean the bit on the top of the hill here where it's got the big castle sort of area? Ignore that section. That's obviously all the buildings as well that I'm saving to use. If you mean this section here, probably it's not going to be the next part I work on because I am still getting some custom buildings created for that section. But it won't be that far away. It's probably going to be after the next couple of episodes. Yeah, that part. Yeah, we're probably a month away in terms of when it's going to be ready. Yeah, with the castle. Yeah, I'm looking forward to building that section because there's going to be a very nice, unique looking building available for that. Now, my difficulty now is if I get this to come right over. I suppose it is concrete here though, isn't it? I know we're going to get this zigzag, but that shouldn't really matter, to be honest, because this section here is going to be concrete itself, because that's what the car park is on. So annoyingly now we've lost some of that. So let's try this. Let's copy that and paste that there. So we've, okay, so that worked. So we've kept that section. Alright, let's go back into move it. Let's copy these and move them up together to hide this. Let's drop that down like that. Okay. So there is some building here, I think. I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do with that. I'll be able to put something in there. So the road comes along here. So can we just put proper asphalt down? That's probably the best bet here, isn't it? Let's have a look. So we are going to have that there, aren't we? Can we colour it or something? We just use this, I think. Just want to hide the front section of this. Like that. Okay. So that's the annoying thing that happens sometimes with this is we get this random gap into like the unknown. Like what is even down here? Can we have a look? Almost. It's kind of like the pit of nothingness down there, which is really bizarre when you sort of glitch the game in this sort of manner. But this looks nice. I'm liking this. I'm not sure if we can put something at the top to cover that or leave it as it is. I'm not too sure what's best to do with that yet. But we can probably get away with putting some of these down here then. Because like I say, the car park section is a different colour. And there's a bit of a pathway around it, which will still be the orange pathway. So we'll try and recreate that in some way. fill that in with something a bit later on. Although saying that, I think the yeah, this building comes out from here anyway. Might have to fit one more in actually, which will work quite nicely if we plop that into there. Come out of that, click on it, change the color to white. Something like that. Okay, so not looking too bad. We might have to move this along a bit more now though. Like that. I'm guessing it probably bends around a little bit as well, doesn't it? Something like that. So at least this allows us then to hide these strange lines that the game issues at times. See this section here, once I've done this main lot, there's not going to be a lot of this silly little terrain issues. The rest of the area is not as bad as what this is, which means it should be a little bit easier to build quicker. See if we can move this across. That needs to go up a little bit. Okay, so about there. So I'm just trying to work out now. So it looks like the building comes out just on this edge here, so that's not bad line up actually. We need to find something to use as this building. I think it's kind of, someone says a restaurant, I think. I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to create this section because it's really difficult in terms of what buildings we have within the game itself. So we'll have to see how that goes, but there'll be a wall around this section here. In fact, an even better idea around that section to make it look a bit cleaner as well is by using the Monaco wall, I think, on by Lost Gecko. So if we first of all turn off collision. Like that. So we should be able to get this to bend its way around here, and it will create a wall one side and also a nice finish for this end. Just got to try and match the two curbs up, which technically I suppose if we are talking logically, move this over to this node here, grab that, it should pretty much cover it like that. too bad, is it? And then bring this down to the level that we want, which should be about there. Once we've got that level, we'll use the align tool to match it at this end. So we'll grab that node, align tool to that. There we go, nice and quick. So this should give the feeling of the two tiers coming together. We could probably do the same here actually. Might look quite nice actually. So let's try that. Let's grab this wall again. Let's do it so we can actually see it. To there. And then we'll grab, nope, wrong one. Undo. Why does it keep grabbing that? So then we can put that on top of building. And do the same this end as well. It should just make it a bit cleaner then. Hey Cobblers, I don't know what you said, I'm afraid, only speak and read in English. But thanks for joining. If you want to speak in English, we should be able to respond to you. Right. So that shouldn't look too bad once it's curved around. And then what we'll do is obviously we'll bring the two areas together in terms of these, so there's no gap here. Which I guess will be making this one higher. To about there. And then copying that height there. And then we can move these over. If I can click on them. It's the annoying thing. I don't know about any of you guys, but sometimes you just can't get to that point. But you've seen it flash up. There we go. There we go. When you see it flash up, you're like, well, it's definitely clickable because I've just seen it pop up. Okay, so we can do something like that then. What do you guys think is the most important mod to your playing of this game? Is there one that you wouldn't be able to live without? Is it a common one that everyone else would say? Be interesting to know what you would think is the most needed mod in your list. Okay, so it's coming together now. It's not looking too bad, is it? Finally Monaco. Hi Vanessa. Yes, finally Monaco. Monaco is here. Move it for sure, yeah. I think move it has to be it, really, isn't it? For me, it'd be move it, besiege. Well, for Monaco, it'd be move it and besiege objects, definitely, as the my go-to mods. ELT without a doubt. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Sheik, I think you'll soon be saying PO, won't you? I know I've been seeing you use it quite a lot recently. I know you're slowly becoming a fan and expert of the procedural objects mod. Alright, what am I doing here? We need a path around the outside, don't we? Kind of curves around a little bit as well. Let's try. So car parks, well, the cars park like here. So let's see if we've got any car parking lines. I think they're placing ones, yeah. Just testing it out, still doesn't keep eliminations, only downside. Yeah, it's a downside, but you can get around it. You can add lights inside buildings, obviously depending on the buildings you're using. You've got to be patient with soil levelling. That is true, that is very true. I suppose I'm trying to think what the best ones would be to use here, because I'm not sure how these ones work. Are these ones that we can raise and move around? They are, but we are sticking to the concrete rather than the orange concrete. Time warp is pretty much invaluable for me too. Okay, that's a good. Yeah, that is a good one. There are. God, I don't know how many mods I've got installed in this game. On this profile, anyway. This profile is obviously the biggest in terms of my second profile, which I've just created about 2 months back for a possible new series starting, probably early next year now. And that's been limited to what I've put down as well, so I'm trying to be a bit more cleaner with that one. Now, is this not doing that because I've used the wrong plopple asphalt? I've visited Monaco 2 years ago, and I must say your project looks damn realistic. Good job. Thank you very much, man. I am trying my best to make it look as realistic as possible. It does take some time though. So if I raise this up, is the game worth buying for PS4? That's an interesting question, In Deathman. Personally, I wouldn't play this game on a console just because the way I play it personally is not achievable on a console at the moment. I'm not sure whether it ever will. I think the PC is never going to allow, well, I don't think basically you can get a PlayStation 4 to do all the mods that are available here. But if you only want to play the game in terms of creating a nice little city rather than detailing, then PS4 is probably a good option for you. I've not personally tried it myself, but you know, if you just want to play the game like you possibly played SimCity, then it probably would be a good purchase for you. But I would advise, if you have got a PC as well as a PlayStation 4, I would certainly get it on PC. Manovery, my favourite mod is Move It, Unlock All and Unlimited Money. That is... See, these are also very good ones because I'm saying Monaco... Monaco? I'm saying Move It and Procedural Objects, but without all these other little ones, this project would be possible. Because, you know, unlimited money I need. I wouldn't be able to play this. I mean, look at my stats. I'm minus 35,000 per week, which would not be possible to play the game without the unlimited money cheat. Yeah, and unlock all areas as well. Again, another one. The only console I can see myself playing City Skylines is on the Switch. I can take it anywhere with me. Yeah, the Switch does sound a very good concept for that. I'd be very keen to see how that plays on the Switch. I switch from vanilla to modded cities a lot, and I can enable my solid set of around 40 mods almost blindfold. Okay, that's cool, Grapper. Yeah. I think because I've played so much now with mods, I don't think I could possibly go back to playing a vanilla version of this game. Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could. I can't wait to see it second one after he finishes the Monaco and he's redoing it with the F1 race. Yeah, Sheep, that is going to be a fun episode to do when we turn the area into the Formula 1 track, because as you can probably tell, a lot of the area over there is not redone, so to speak, but a lot of the area is changed to accommodate the Formula 1 track. So that's what we will be doing, hopefully, when we get to that point and the game's still running and the frames are still there. WJ Koopman, floating car parks. Yeah, I know there's floating car parks. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I think it's going to be too difficult to get this area to be a real life area in terms of functional. I think we'll just leave it as it is. It's a bit too messy to have functional cars and attributes going around. So we probably will use those floating car parks in a different area, but I think for this I probably would say no. We'll keep it like this. Manovery, will Monaco be downloadable when it's finished? Had the question asked earlier, and it is something I could possibly do, but again, going back to what I just said a second ago, it's going to be a very low framed rate game, and there's going to be a lot of things you have to subscribe to be able to do so. So I'm not sure how possible it will be. I'll try it, we'll see how it looks, but you know, by all no means, if someone wants it and they want to try and mess around with it, they can do. But if it's going to be published on the workshop, it's probably going to have to have a lot of time to make sure all the assets and that are in a list for you to download. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that's that section done. Got the car parks here now. There are some sort of shrubs and flowers in this section here, which we'll work on. We need to kind of curve this section, do we? A little bit, I guess. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, I didn't realise that was raised up there. Bit annoying. Hi, Leon. Bring that down there, and then annoyingly, actually we could probably get away with that. Why is that still looking like it's higher up though? Oh, it's because we didn't. Can we do it that way then? Let's move this back up to there. Let's move this up instead. I forgot we put two walls there, floors there. Okay, so that's that worry out of the way. Let's put these in as well. Put that there. So is there anyone here in the stream that enjoys watching the game but doesn't play it themselves? So I know there's probably a few of you out there. It'd be interesting to know how many people don't actually own the game and perhaps they're watching because they like watching YouTube series of people building stuff, or perhaps they're thinking about buying the game. Let us know, guys. I think a nice mod that doesn't exist yet, but could be a morph mod to be used with the deform assets would be very useful. What do you mean by deform, Grapple? Because you can kind of do that with procedural objects. Conzio, dealing with such crazy height differences drives me around the bend. I find it amazing that you manage to stay calm and patient while doing it. Well, there are times when I don't stay as calm. But the way I play this game is every new section is a challenge and there's always a way around it. It might not be perfect, but there is always going to be a way to resolve something, and that's kind of how I play the game now. I got City Skylines 2 days after it was released on Steam. Awesome. Hi Julius. I received the game as a gift 1 week ago, but up until then I've just been a watcher enjoying watching. Ah, cool. So you're going to try and get into it as well then, Leanne? That's PO, right? Yeah, that's right, Dan WJ. Procedural objects allows you to do a lot of that already, if that's what you was getting at, Grapple. You might have seen me do it before already. I've done some stuff with procedural objects. For example, if you just take a break from this area, going to Monaco in March. Okay, Julius, that'd be awesome. I certainly do want to visit at some point. Stretching, pulling buildings, for example, will give those rectangular plots a rounded edge. Yeah, yeah. So Grapple, you can do a little bit of that already with PO, but obviously to do things like round edges off, etc. It's not really possible, but you can do some bits with it. Not quite to probably the level you want to do, but for example this section here, I've done procedural objects on this building here and cut off the bottom half and made it into a tunnel, which is pretty cool. So you can do quite a lot of interesting things with procedural objects. I'm trying to think what else I've done with it. If I click on it you can see all the bits that I have used it for. So this, oh yeah, for this section here, so this was like one building that I've kind of taken away by cutting away some of the parts to put together. There are some cubes in the workshop that you can use to keep buildings functional. Oh yeah, there is, yeah, you can add some sections in, or you can hide buildings in there, etc. Yes, that's right, Leon. I think this section's actually like coming together quite nicely now. I wasn't sure how it'd look. Tell me if I need some photos. Well, Julius, if you want to take some photos of the areas I have and haven't built, that'd be most useful. Any reference photos are going to be very useful for me to complete this project. So yeah, if you've got time to, it'd be much appreciated. So you've got a little pathway here. Let's just fill in these gaps here. Yeah, that's true, WJ. Cookie cutting. It's annoying when it does this. You know, we have to end up placing a actually, let's get rid of that. Thanks, Julius. I think we'll just put a decal over that at some point. Won't worry about that for now. gone on? Right, just trying to get a picture of this area. Right, so what we could do as well is actually raise these bits up, couldn't we? To make it another wall so you obviously don't drive off the edge. So let's get that. Let's grab that. Not too high. That's probably enough there. And then if we grab this, pull it across to there. Okay, it's definitely coming together now. I'm going to give it a quick save. Okay. So this section here carries on going basically. Gosh, I remember going down that street, I actually thought the hotel in front was a ship. It is a very unique building, isn't it? Very, very different. I do love it though, and I love the fact that it was left enough to be able to detail after. So I was able to put all these buildings, all these, excuse my chair, all these tables and deck chairs and plants around, and then added the swimming pool on as well, which is pretty cool. Okay. Now I must say this is very difficult, this section, because it's hard to really see the levels that there is. Because there is a building that overhangs this whole bit here. I'm not sure how we're going to imitate that, but there's a building that comes across and over here, this whole section, and then the road goes underneath it. So we could do it so the road is just inside the building. I'm not too fussed about that. We're not going to get things perfect, but this building here goes across here and then up again a level, so it's really difficult to do. I'm not sure how we're going to achieve that. It might be something we have to avoid in too much detail, but we need to do what we can do here. You should check out the London Arc building. What, for the section I'm trying to do now, Grapple? Oh, you're talking to Leanne. Hi, can you tell what CPU and RAM do you have? I've got 32 gig of RAM, and I'm only running an i5 processor, but it's, you know, it's doing the job for me. It's a high-end i5. I think it's 7th gen. I probably should get an upgrade at some point, especially if I'm going to continue on Monaco. I'm probably going to need the extra grunt, but yeah, it's doing the job at the moment. Okay, so we've got that bit there, and there's also this, so the other car park comes across, and it's pretty much an imitation of this going across here. So I need to do the same thing again here, basically, with what we've just done here. Let's get rid of these bits first. So I need to look on the workshop for a building to go in this gap that's similar to what we have here. So we need to carry this level on. So what I'm going to do, so we can get a reference of the height, is basically just copy one of these decals and just plop it a few around here, just so we know what our levels are. Guys, looking at parts for an upgrade, and I think I'll just have to save up another couple of years. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Computers change all the time. It's my industry that I work in, so I know how quickly things change, and you know the price of them drop down. I think when I bought my PC a couple of years back, after probably what 2 months, this PC was now an old PC and a new one to come out. So it's just the way of the world, unfortunately. Hi Nicholas, what have you missed? You've missed a little bit. I haven't made a huge amount of progress, but we're starting to work on the Hotel de Paris area now, and trying to fill in some of these gaps. So we're just trying to work on this section here. If you're aware, if you know much about Monaco, it's this area here by the Casino Square and the famous boat look-alike building. So let's get rid of that. Oh yeah, and guys, if you aren't a subscriber of the channel, by all means give me a follow. If you're on Twitch, do the same. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a follow, and you can check out all the new episodes of Monaco when they come out. Right, so I'm just trying, like I say, so these are just to give us an idea on the levels that we're working with here. So this is the level of what the land needs to come up to. I think this is probably going to have to push its way back a bit here. And what we could probably do, let me save it first, because I don't like to trial things without a save, just in case it crashes the game or something ridiculous like that. It's 28th day, isn't it, actually? Let's do that. My plan was to build a machine that was last in terms of coping with software demands for 10 years, and now it's 10 years old, still doing okay. Well, that's, you know, Grapple, if that's what you've done, you know, you've definitely got your money's worth out of it, and if it's still doing a job, you know, it was well worth the money that you put into it. I mean, this PC should hopefully last me a good few more years anyway, but obviously as games improve and, you know, things like that change, it does kind of force you to get an upgrade, but you don't need to. You know, City Skylines can run on very simple things really, and that's a computer, yeah. Yeah, and that's a like 100 core processor, 1000 gigahertz CPU, you know, that sort of stuff, I imagine. Okay, so what was I trying? So I was going to try my experiment of basically, if we copy the nodes of what we've already built here, copy that and that. So this should also be the right height if I'm doing this correctly. So let's put that there. Okay, so that's not too bad. And then we can do the same again against that. Streaming playing games puts down the frames per second, right? Oh yeah, certainly, yeah. The frames I'm getting here are a lot worse than what I normally get, believe it or not. So yeah, I am obviously losing, I'm not losing frames in terms of the stream, but I'm losing frames in terms of what you're seeing here. A second generation, blimey, that's doing well. So we're going to get these ugly lines here because of the way the mechanics works on the game, but that doesn't matter to us. Okay, so actually what we need to do, so the buildings, okay, that's good. So the building's going to fit into these gaps here anyway, which means we can move this across and that can go up against there. So we're going to slip some buildings in here. That level there, and then yes, the building's going to be level with that floor bit, but against this. So we might end up using, I like this one. Can we change the colour to white, or is that the white it goes? So that looks more yellow than white to me. It's either those. I think it's got a roof though, isn't it? What have we got over here? What have we used over here? Just trying to find something that looks similar to these buildings here. See, these aren't too far away from what it looks like. And they've got a flat roof, so we might end up using these, to be fair. But we'll use this one, I think, because it's smaller. Let's jump over here again. So just for reference, let's see how it looks. Just try this. Hi Hippie Nation, welcome to the stream. I've just ordered a 960K with RTX 2070 SSD, 16 gig, wondering how it'll work. That doesn't sound too bad at all. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by how well that works. 16 gig of RAM, good choice. You might eventually want to have 32 if you play the game like I do. But yeah, it sounds a cracking one. Yeah, as Grapple said, that's the only thing I would have said is a bit more RAM would be nice. We could get away and possibly put these over this rail as well then, couldn't we? Let's do something like that. And there again. So it does pretty much go right up to where this goes, and there's a bit of building underneath here as well. Let's have a look, let's put another one in there. More RAM does mean more assets, that is very true, WJ. I could try and change the colours of these to go white, or at least that yellow one like the first one would be much nicer. I've been to Monaco last year, okay, that's good Hippie. How does it look? Am I doing a good job? Currently working on a section just between the casino square and the obviously the main harbour area. Hopefully it looks alright. So that's like that. It looks... See, that's like a slope there. We've got a staircase that goes this side. I might just do one more here. It's going to look better, I think. If we slip another one in this section here. Then maybe a corner one just here. Although we have to lower this down, aren't we, so it doesn't come above the road. Let's just move them all down one. It's very crowded. I was there for a weekend of the yacht show. Okay, that's awesome. So you definitely must... Oh, you definitely must recall this area here then. If you went to the yacht club, you'd have, I assume, come into this section here with the famous yacht club, which I really love. I love this at night time as well. When I put these lights in, it looks so good. And I think they actually have purple lights anyway in real life. It looks really cool. Did you start using Icarus's small building squares to put the PO objects to make them look alive? I haven't tried them yet, but I certainly will be trying them out and see what that does. It looks like this is raising up a little bit. I think I need to lower these down. I wonder why it's done that. Are these level? Is this... See, there's a, I think let's have a look, see what we're doing here, because this needs to be the same level as this. We need to hide it down, so we're going to lose the doors, but I'm not too fussed about that, to be fair. Let's highlight all of these, and then what we want to do is basically get these level line with this, because this is the right height. Oh, typical. Click them all, never mind. Let's go to about there. The tents were basically where the F1 paddock is. Okay, that's cool. See, that looks better now. That's it. Much better. May I link something I just found for you? Yeah, go for it. I'm not sure if I've got any bots to get rid of banners and links, but give it a go, Grapple, and hopefully it'll work. Also, the entrance exit was there. Unfortunately, I was not in the yacht club. Ah, that's cool. Alright, let's do that. That's perfect. So it's getting there. This section is getting there. So then we should be able to move this across. Again, don't worry about the dodgy lines. That's not going to bother us because we will be getting rid of those and cover them up anyway. Okay, so they do still need to go down a little bit more, don't they? So something like there. One more. There. It's a webcam from Monaco beachfront. Okay, it's a what, a webcam in the sense of you can see it now, or it's a pre-recorded stream? You can try and post it, Grapple. As I say, I'm not sure. As I say, because I haven't really set up all my bot stuff and all that. I'm not sure if it's gonna be allowed or not, but give it a go. If it don't work, if you've got me on Twitter, throw the link to me that way. Right. Now if we copy that and paste it, how close off are we? We'll put the wall again around that front section. I think that's probably as close as we'll get it. Right now, time lapse for daytime and from daytime, and you can scroll around. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, drop that over to me. Try and send it across now on YouTube. If it don't work, like I say, drop me a message either on Twitter. Where are we? Saying that, guys, I'm not sure if any of you are users of Discord, but there is a Discord channel which I'm trying to grow and get a bit more lively now I'm back in the game. So if you want to join up, jump in with that link there, and you can see sort of screenshots and just chat with myself and the other guys that are hanging around. See what you think. Right, okay. Did you try and send that link, Grapple? Not popped up yet. Oh, I just got it actually. I just come through on Twitch, not Twitch, on Twitter. I'll have a look at that a bit later on. Thank you very much. Right, let's get back into this, shall we? Let's. Have a look at this. Yeah, okay. So that's the right height now. So we're doing good on that front. So that doesn't look too bad. I was going to change the colour, wasn't I, of these? So let's jump out of that. Can we make it white? Ah, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. It's an absolute lifesaver, this mod. Not sure if anyone else uses it, but it does wonders when you're trying to be a clever fart like I am. There we go. That's much better. Cheers, Grapple. We've got that now. Some random dude gave me and my friend 2 tickets for the yacht exhibition, walked away, decided to... Oh, nice. I'd love to go and see that. To be fair, I just love to go to Monaco anyway. I don't really care if it was to see boats or what. It's really cool to go and see it. Right, okay, so let's add in the second car park. Thanks for the follow, Arnie6 on Twitch. Twitter's a bit slow, so I sent it via stream. Yeah, I've just got that. Cheers, Grapple. I'll have a check of that. Found out later, tickets cost €250. Blimey. That would probably buy you a meal, wouldn't it, in Monaco, if you saved up that money, 250 quid. It's a bit expensive over there, isn't it? Might be able to get a ham sandwich for €250. Hey Justin. Question is, I suppose we need to put that Need to put the wall up around it again, don't we, like we've done with this side. And hopefully, if we're clever, we should be able to just copy this from this side. Bang. So this bit, yep. Have to change the angle obviously, but is this gonna work? Didn't stay on Monaco, it was a day trip. Ah, okay. Right, so let's try and get this. Ah, that's annoying though, isn't it? Look at that. Not sure we can do it this way. This is a little bit annoying. It's going to hide these windows. Can move it back a bit. It's going to have a little bit of a gap around it, but might be able to get away with that. We don't have to have this around it, it's just because we've already done it on the other side. I thought that would look nice. So have a look if we can get this to we'll still put it in there because we do have to have some sort of a barrier between where we're going to put this next car park. Hi Reaper, welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Okay, so we'll do that. So there is a gap across this section here, but it'll have to be what it is, you know. Class is a gutter or something in the building, I don't know. But we'll keep it as it is. Tara, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Welcome. So let's try and get this section done here. Oh really, Grapple? You can actually see, oh, you can see the Port Hercules as well, can you? That's awesome. I need to find some better images of some sections. We can probably do that actually at the end. Do a comparison between real Monaco and Pub Gaming's Monaco. See what it looks like. That'd be pretty cool actually. I like that idea. Alright, so let's put that there. So the car park goes about the same left. And funny enough, the apartment rooftops are the paving colour too. Yeah, they are, aren't they? It's all the same colour. It's all this orangey colour, which is really bizarre. Not a colour you often see very often, is it? That's weird, it's got a low lag this then. What's it doing? Let's give it a save. Right. Let's do it the quicker way. Let's just copy those, move these over here. Like that. We need to change this to an actual row colour as well. These, I mean, this concrete here is actually like a, it's not quite concrete. It's a little bit off colour concrete, but we'll just keep it as it is. It's gonna be easier than messing around with all the other bits and bobs. But let's change this first anyway to, I assume it'll have to be this, wouldn't it? And I'm guessing, oh, I'm not sure how we're going to do that though. I don't want it to have these bits around the outside, so what about if we do it to one of these? Thanks for the follow, Bailey, or Beely on Twitch. Welcome, welcome. It's not gonna work, I don't think. I'm guessing we can use a bit of road and go downwards into the actual floor to achieve that, perhaps. We have to save it because I know it's gonna mess up if I do the wrong thing here. Right, let's try this. So we almost just want to have just a normal two-way here. So if I put that there, then we upgrade it, but we do that, and then can we upgrade it to go to the small road instead? That's going to be better, I think. And then we'll drag this here. And then go into the ground. It's probably the best we're going to get out of this, I think. And then we can move that down. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. And then eventually we can hide the whole thing. There we go. What's this weird thing here? We'll look at that later. Okay, so that's that section. Not looking too bad now. Copy this across because there's another little car park bit here as well. Now I think we need to. What's this? I need to probably move this. Oh, okay. So instead I have to copy that, put it there. This is like the on-ramp basically to this section then. That's not too bad now. Looks a little bit better. We've hidden that part of the road off. Starting to get a bit of a level contour around here now. And I will again give that a quick save. Better safe than sorry. Or better save than sorry. So it's got to work out how far over we go, because there is this big building in the middle. So if we compare the two, so that car park is that sort of size. So we could probably go another layer each side, possibly. But what we need to do, we need to try and find a building that goes in this section here, which is obviously going to be the hard part. And also this needs to go across here as well. This needs to continue across. So again, trial and error. Let's see if we can get this to work. We're going to copy the node of this piece and this piece. I'm going to copy it. This time, So let's just see first. So let's just plop it down and see how it's looking. So strangely, it's not the same height. Is it the same height as this one? Apparently it is. Okay, it is. Yeah, it's just the way that that's moved over. Okay, so that's good. So we can continue this tier across here. And that tier does follow the whole thing around, so we've already done this one, haven't we? So what we want to do, we want to move this down because that's not the same part we're working on here. And what we want to do with this piece is pretty much copy it again. I'm going to put it here first, it's not going to stay there. Right, we're going to shrink it down, grab the two sides and the middle. We're going to do the same here. And then this is going to pull its way up over here. And then go into that corner. So we've got the two tiers again, which is good. We want these two tiers to stay here. And you see this is now starting to slowly go down as well. So we're going to cut it to here. To about there. Hopefully that's not come through on the road. Nope. Although what I need to do is make sure that this is still the same height as that, which it is now. Good. Sometimes they do mess up in terms of their heights. Move this back a little bit because we want this then to flow down into this corner. So we've kept this height the same. Let's just make sure that this is the same height as that one. Yep, good. We have to put a wall around this bit as well to hide that. We've already started with this one here anyway, so that's not going to be a problem. In fact, it's a bit high anyway, isn't it? move that down to about there. So guys, what has been your most challenging part of the game? If you're building something, what's the bit you hate the most? There's got to be something that you just don't enjoy doing, but you know it has to be done, so you still do it anyway. What is it? Okay. See, this is the amount of times I save the game because I do not want to do all this work and then do one silly thing and have to do the whole thing again. The plumbing, that's a good one, Grapple, and one that is very annoying. Although saying that, I did really used to enjoy watching Corrales when he used to do his amazing pipe work. If you're a fan of watching City Skylines, I'm sure you've come across the world famous Corrales, and yeah, I used to enjoy watching him place down pipes and these trees. That was quite entertaining. But he's a very lovable character anyway in himself. So shame he's not playing the game anymore though. I would like to see him back in the game, and I have spoken to him about it, but issues with mods and all that rubbish I think have kind of thrown him off getting back into it. Right, let's pick this up. Let's pull this across. And then we'll get it to the same height as that. Let's drop this down. Probably drop it down to the car park level is probably the most sensible thing to do here. So to about there. It was nice to see Skystorm return. Oh, is he back into playing cities, is he? I used to watch him when he was doing his London recreation. That was really cool. Didn't know he was actually back on cities though. It's really cool. Okay. So there are some buildings that have to fit in here as well. So we need to make sure we have the space for that. But it's certainly getting somewhere. Briefly, yeah, he was away a long time. Yeah, I did see that he had hadn't been playing much on his channel. He's doing an on and off build. Okay, well at least he's back into it. That's it's good to see him playing the game again. Been waiting ages for the next part. It sounds like Monaco. See, maybe that's where my inspiration comes from. Try and put one of the Monaco walls in here. Finish off this section at least. Now this is where it gets annoying. because there's actually nothing under the ground in this section. So we have to do it like this instead. Okay, so it's not going to work either that way. Let's get this here. Gotta say, I've only just got back in time for Park Life Industries. Has been very busy right now. Yeah, that is true. Alright, let's put that in this corner. I knew it'd pick up that piece. It always picks up the piece you don't want to pick up. And you have to kind of shuffle things around. Just want to move that down to get out of there. See, it always picks up the opposite one. It's really bizarre. That looks good. Alright, and then we can pick this node up, put it over here. Just put it right in that corner perhaps. Oops. I'm glad it's got edit undo on this game. Well, on this mod. The amount of times I've had to press that. Right, let's change this node. To the same as these. Okay. With that in mind though, that can go underneath that. So we might just do it like that actually and just fill in this gap. Hey Lee, bugger, I didn't know this has started. Yeah, we started a little while ago. And unfortunately, we're probably coming to the end now, really. Can we still grab it? I did see it a second ago. Where's it gone? There, nope. I live in Monaco and this is amazing. It's so similar to real life. Oh, thank you very much, Ali. It's really kind of you to say. It's as good as I can do anyway in terms of the game itself and what it allows you to do. I think we'll just do a recap now, guys. I think that's pretty much all I can get away with streaming today because I do need to do a bit more work on this section here. I need to find the buildings that will fit in here. We need to double up this area a bit more. But yeah, it's coming along. We've got the 3 tiers now. Well, more than 3 tiers. Will this be uploaded as a video I can rewatch later? I think it does automatically, Lee. Yes, if not, I've also streamed on Twitch, which I know you can definitely rewatch the whole thing again. So if it doesn't come on, you can check my Twitch channel out as well. which yeah, just there. But yeah, I think the next episode anyway, for Monaco is probably going to be me completing this section here. We've already done this beautiful garden section with the fancy shops underneath as well, which looks really nice. I do like that. Definitely coming together now, this section, and once this area here is done as well, it's going to look so nice from a view from the actual water as well, from the harbour. Once that's all filled in, we're going to start getting these beautiful tiers, which is what I was talking about in the previous episode. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But we are slowly getting to that point now where we are slowly seeing all these beautiful tiers and levels coming together, and that's when where we're going to get some really nice screenshots as well. At the moment we've got a lot of gaps in this area here, so once we've filled that in, things will be looking very smart indeed. But yeah, I think it's coming together nicely. But whilst I've got you guys in there, what area of Monaco would you like to see being built next? Do you want me to carry on into this section here on the right hand side? Is there a particular part of Monaco that you would like to see being built? Let me know, because I've got a few ideas on what I want to do next, which will be the idea I have, which I'm not going to say anything about at the moment, but the area I've got in mind is quite different to what we've done already, so I think it'd be nice to try something slightly different. Yeah, I think it will make a really nice episode as well. I wonder what this looks like. I bet it's proper laggy. If we get rid of that. Why does it keep get rid of the bars? Annoyingly, it's showing the sections that we have pre-made. This is obviously not part of the build. This is actually just the buildings. Can you skip these to go to the next one? No, it just takes you back to that. Never mind. But yeah, I do like these cinematics that they've introduced. I think it's pretty cool. Obviously not as good as the cinematics I make, but that's because you have to cheat the game to get some good cinematics, because as you can see here, this is probably at, what, 10 frames per second if we're lucky. Where's that chopper flying to? I don't know. It's all over the gaff, isn't it? I do like this area. I'm looking forward to working further into there. This is a nice view. You can really see the contours in this area now, and this section here, you can see the Formula 1 track in a sense. This is obviously part of it. Comes down here, around here, and back up. Pit lane is down here. It'd be very interesting once we can get everything working and seeing all the cars nipping around. It's good to see some traffic though in Monaco. Not sure how many people have we got now. 2,220 people. So yeah, until we start building the housing estates, well, not housing estates, but you know, the housing areas, we're not going to really have a lot of traffic. But yeah, that's pretty much it I think today, guys. So let's throw out some links whilst we're here. So obviously, that's the view I had walking down this Monaco. Oh, awesome. Oh, Pete, you turned up at the wrong time. We're just about to finish. Yeah, that view I can imagine walking down looks really, really good. Let's pause again before it blows up. But yeah, so firstly, let's throw out. So yeah, if you want to join the Discord channel, guys, I know a few of you already have, but you can jump into the Discord by using this link. Come and chat away, post your screenshots, have a look at Monaco teasers. Trying to build up the community. As I say, I've been away for a little while, so it's not been as active as recent, but that's my fault. But yeah, jump in there and see what's going on. Yeah, grapple. I did actually, I did add that mod. I just haven't enabled it to get rid of those very lame voids, or voids, whatever you want to class them as. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see what that looks like. Yeah, good to see a few of you are already jumping into Discord. So jump in, say hello. I'm sure you've already seen the YouTube channel anyway, but just in case you haven't, if you're watching, where is it? Oh, loads of you are joining the old Discord. Thank you very much. That's good to see you all in there. Now let me just quickly grab this. So yeah, guys, if you're watching on Twitch, this is the YouTube channel for Pug Gaming. So you can check out the whole of the Monaco series so far, as you can watch every part that's been built so far. If you haven't already, sub to the channel, hit that bell button so you get notifications when the next video comes out. The next video should be out, I'd imagine, within a week, because we've done most of it already. I'm probably going to stream a bit more as well, so there's obviously opportunity for other people as well to see how we're getting along live. So I'm going to try and do that. As you can see, it's not as easy to play when it's streaming because it is a little bit laggy, but it doesn't bother me. So if you guys want to see more, if you want to see more stuff being built live on the stream, let me know and we'll carry that on. That's okay, Grapple, no worries at all. I just use it as a personal sort of chat room, I guess, rather than anything too out of this world. And also, guys, I have posted on Twitter a let me just find it. If you check out this post, it's basically a little post I put out earlier today whereby I was asking people to basically post their favourite screenshot of something they built, which we can all look at each other's and just see how well, how well this game has come and how good a lot of people are at playing this game. So it's just a good way to share, your favourite screenshot with everyone else in the community. It's coming up to Christmas, it's the time for giving. So let's give out all of our favourite screenshots. And clicking that link, you'll go to my post and look forward to seeing what you post in there. But other than that, guys, I think we will call that here. Not sure when I'm going to stream next. Hopefully over the weekend. Perhaps we'll try and do a Sunday stream or something. But other than that, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. If you want to check out Twitch as well, you can follow me on Twitch. Or jump in the Discord. Otherwise, guys, thank you all for watching. And I'll catch you all again very soon. All the best, guys. Catch you later.